Good morning, everyone. I'm just setting up the stream for you guys. I am sorry. Um, this week has been all over the place with streams. I usually stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, but this week I just had many taskies and tendencies that I needed to do. I was actually working on the Tuesday, so I couldn't stream that day, so I did one on the Monday. I needed to go to a meeting on the Wednesday. What else? Yeah, there was supposed to be a stream tomorrow, but because one of my meetings were cancelled, I decided to do it today. And probably I'm just gonna rest a bit tomorrow before my training. My training is the middle of the day, so it's not really convenient in that sense. But hey, life's sometimes busy, but I need to do the development anyway, and I'm just doing it now. Hopefully next week. Well, on Tuesday, no, because I actually have work to do on Tuesday. Wednesday seems fine just now, and probably Saturday as well. But from now on, I actually going to schedule on YouTube, so you guys can actually see when I do streams, because most of the time I can actually schedule, just not all the time keeping up with my own planned schedule, if that makes sense to you. So yeah, today I'm just gonna, first of all, I'm going to play the game as it is, see where we are, see what needs to be done before I actually jump into the biggest chunk of this vertical slices development, which is a level design with combat and I wouldn't say puzzle elements, but a bit of a puzzle elements as well. I'm still in a need to actually come up with an idea for the puzzle. I have an idea. I need to write it down on paper because I need to record almost everything I'm doing. But that should be it, really. That should be just the thing that I'm doing. Oh, I need my phone so I can actually see the chat. Sorry, guys. I'm a bit unprepared today. Not gonna lie. It's been a long week. That went live. Perfect. Hello, nickname. Good to have you here. Actually, now you are here. I would like to invite you to my Discord channel, if you mind. A couple days ago, I created a server for this game, and I'm trying to build a community around it. So I'm just going to share the invitation of that server. Invite people. Edit link invite. And never expires, no limits. Generate it. Okay, I'm just gonna pop that one to the chat. Why can't I see my own stream on? Okay, interesting. But I'm definitely streaming. Yeah, I am. That one to the chat. So this is an invitation to Discord. I'm building a community. No one's there just yet, so I'm just leaving in the chat, and later on I might just try to put this maybe on the community page on YouTube. Yeah, that one. Just seemed like that this is an invitation people are reacting to that as well. If I post something on the community page, so which is rare or odd, at least odd for me. I might just I never really used the community page on anyone's channel, so this is a nice surprise. How you been? Nickname. How you been? Okay. I think I'm ready. See the chat. I put my phone on. Oh, what's this email? I need to check this. There. Okay. Perfect. Sent these documentations. So today I was supposed to meet with my supervisor, but unfortunately he's ill. I hope he gets better soon. And that's why instead of the meeting, I'm actually sitting down and just streaming. I want to get things out of the way today. So the sooner I can start the biggest chunk of this development, the better, actually. So, like I said, let's start with where we are at the moment. And this is just playing through the game. So, as you might know, this game is going to be an actually short game, something that you can play through even the fully released version of it, going to be like maybe 3 hours long. So something that you buy, obviously the price for it is going to be that value. So I was thinking around £10. That's UK pounds, so about $11-12 maybe. Basically, I'm comparing it to a cinema ticket, sort of. You just sit down, you play it through, and you might enjoy it, you might not. But I'm really trying to give a value for money that is actually fair. And who knows? Maybe if my Kickstarter project or people who could support me do their bits, I might be able to do more than 3 hours. But right now, that's the plan. That's the goal I'm aiming for. 3 hours worth of gameplay, story. Sometimes I like to play short games as well, because not all the time I have the time to play something like a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which coming out soon, and I'm fairly concerned that the Final Fantasy will take my time. But you know, sometimes I just want to sit down, play something, and you know, get it done. I experienced it, I liked it, and I can move on and do something else. So, start menu, main menu, uh, loading the first prologue level, basically. I'm almost done with the entire prologue series, map series here. If you remember from my last stream, I was kind of struggling with this conversation system, dialogue system, but at the end I was able to just do fine with it. I solved the problem. I solved that last bit of problem where what was the problem? Yeah, it couldn't give me the next line in the dialogue. So I made it. Do I want to say jank? No. Is it jank? Not really jank. It just doesn't really look good. But for a visual novel, my solution and implementation wouldn't work at all. But because I don't have branching conversations, I don't have an actual, you know, input from the player selecting an answer. It works for my game. So development, it's always about the needs and what your game and project requires. For my project, the way I put together that conversation you can see on the screen is actually fine. It doesn't look terrible either after we play this through, or just let the conversation go through. I'm gonna show the actual code behind it. It's fairly simple. It looks neat. I'm pretty happy with the result. That last one, just giving me the next line of conversation, is a bit questionable, but not terrible. Today's agenda, by the way, on stream is to prepare the new level, the main level, basically, in this vertical slice, which I've done off stream. Basically, I just went through the actors that I have on that map and organized it, because I have a folder structure. That's the only thing I've done. I'm gonna basically just put that map in this level stream, and then ask the engine to load that level after that. It might be a twist here, because I have another level that I just really like. I'm not sure yet, but I actually really do like that. What projects are you planning to do next? Yeah, basically just the loading. And now I found really good background music, and I actually want to put them in. Like, I found a brilliant main menu theme. I'm a sucker for classic music, especially in video games. On my own, I would never listen to classic music like symphony or something with an orchestra. But when I hear something like that in a video game, oh my god, I love them. And I just found an orchestra recorded in 8-bit. It perfectly fits my game, I think. And it's actually free to use, CC0 license. So I am going to bring them in and actually put under the main menu as well. Apart from that, let me just check to do. Yeah, I want to do a build just now. That's gonna be off stream because if I do a build, yeah, that's gonna take even on my computer like at least an hour to build this project. Making a build, just to explain that. So what you see in the editor and play in the editor is just the editorial thing. It might not work in a standalone build. The standalone build is the exe file that you run on your computer. And I like to make builds along the way I'm developing any project, basically, because sometimes it happens that a thing, a function, or loading, or anything, and already I have a lot of things in this project. It might work in the editor, but not in the build for some odd reasons. And the sooner you realize that something is wrong with your code, the better. Like, just imagine we are in May, I have to submit this project, and I make a build, and all of a sudden 3, 4, 5 things just don't work. Imagine the anxiety of that. No. So I like to make builds. I'm gonna show you the map, which is going to be the main thing of this game. It's called Downtown West map. It's a permanently free asset pack on Unreal Marketplace. This is the level where you will do all the fightings. Just a city level. I wouldn't say city. It's like, you know, your friendly neighborhood, basically. And the reason why I like this map, I did a lot of research, and I was trying to find a good city level for my game. But the main reason why I like this, because I have that long, almost corridor-ish lane where I can just go from one end to another, and this is a whole lot of content I can actually create. So the game, or this level, would start from that point, and then I can actually just put back the camera, pull back the camera speed. So starts here, and basically this is the motion, just going like that, fighting enemies, collecting stuff. And when you reach this point, the idea here is something will stop you moving forward here. And there's gonna be the first puzzle element here, I think. From this point, you have to move the character up here. Just the character. And when you reach this point, the camera just follows you. And here you can go left and right. I'm gonna populate this area because it's really flat and bland and no. But I'm gonna put some stuff down here. Probably like something to jump on, and just try to reach something. I might introduce a new type of orb, because right now we have the green orbs in the game, which gives you health. You have the red orbs, which is basically the currency in this game. And I might introduce a new one, a sort of a key orb. So there's gonna be here like not an invisible wall, but something that stops you. If you ever played Devil May Cry, in Devil May Cry, some doors are locked and has this ghostly thing, foggy something just on it, and you either need to kill a certain number of enemies or have to use your currency. So let's say you have 500. Thank you, nickname, for joining the Discord server. So it either in Devil May Cry, either killing enemies and moving, progressing, or actually using your currency to buy your way through. And I like this second idea a lot. And the main reason why I like the second idea, because I have a game mechanic in this game where the camera basically just locks down into a certain area, and to get out of that certain area you need to kill all the enemies. So I don't want to repeat that on a wall or just stopping a progression. I don't like that kind of idea. So either buying your way through the wall that's stopping you, or introducing like some platform elements. It might be interesting, because if I go just, let's say, back to the debug map, and don't mind the enemies just there. Obviously, I need to change the control. Where is it? There. So let's just put back to action. So I think it would be interesting just to kind of try and tell, if I put, let's say, a 3D object in front of the character and one behind and one in the front, it would be just an interesting, visually interesting challenge where to jump, I think. So these are the two ideas for puzzle elements or platformer elements. The thing is, though, if I have this map, and that me being, really straightforward and transparent about it, I created this particular map just to record videos for skills. So let me show you. I have the so there's gonna be a screen like this where you can buy skills for yourself. And I created a map that looks just good, I would say, because you have the reflection. And I created a map to record these skill videos just for this purpose. This is the only purpose I've developed and put together that map. But I started to like it a lot. Like a lot. Because it just looks cool. I added particle effects as well to it. And other games using maps like this in games where, for example, Assassin's Creed, other Assassin's Creed, mind that, first, second, third Assassin's Creed. Third? Yeah, even the third game using this as a loading screen. So the way in Assassin's Creed this kind of map works is when you traverse from one area to another or progress in the story or any kind of loading screen, they basically be hiding the loading screen behind this map, and you can just move around, nothing else, just move around, and it actually looks cool. And what I was thinking, because the end of this office map, you actually been tasked to go to the city map. That's where the conversation ends. And let me just show you how I actually solved that problem as well in the meantime. So Annabelle, because that's the name of the NPC, tells you that you should go to the nearby city where is cult activity. And I'm thinking to introduce that no man's land map before we actually go there, and in that way I could explain how to buy skills in the game. That might be a good idea, to introduce that particular feature of the game, buying skills off from red orbs. And I might just give the character enough red orbs to buy the double jump first. So it's like, tutorial learning, stuff like that. I quite like that idea, and I might just go for that. So last stream, I was working on the dialogue system, and the way it works is basically I'm initializing one name box and one subtitle box, and then I have an integer, so just a number that goes up by 1. And on tick, so on every frame, I basically just check if that conversation box is visible, because if it's not visible, then I just remove the name box as well, because they are two separate things. And then again, if it's false, that's just checking all the time. And then again, if the conversation box falls, it's not on the screen anymore, and that conversation line number is less than 11, because after 11 the conversation ends. I'm checking if that line counter is I'm setting the line counter to the current conversation line counter, and just add a name box and a text box again, and adding +1. Why I need to set the conversation line counter and to a new integer called current one, because then I can check it. I can check if that line counter is bigger than the current one, because if it's bigger, I need to swap the names. Fortunately, the way I design the conversation is 1 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 off. So I can just I just know that on odd numbers, Annabelle speaking, and with even numbers on that current conversation line number, my player is speaking. And then I defined the subtitle text numbers in this function. So basically, it's a simple solution, like I said, in a visual novel where branching conversation happens, or you actually um, mm, been asked to pick one conversation line from three. It wouldn't work, but in my game it actually works because I can just check each conversation lines and then set that string which contains the actual line of the text to set it to the main one, because here this is just a one string, and I'm actually dynamically changing these strings, and that's what's happening here. I have another string, it's called the second line text, and the second line text, if this is true, just sets the generalized subtitle text string, if that makes sense. I made it look alright, but this is yeah, not the best way to implement, but like I said, in my game, this is actually fine, because that's the only need, and all the stuff that I actually need in my game. So that's how it works. Okay. I like this level. I do like this level. And I think I'm actually going to edit the way I just explained it to you. This is where you can buy. This is where I introduce buying skills here. Can you rate my first game that is still in development if I upload the video to Discord? Yes, I can definitely do that, nickname. Yes. More than happy to do so. I'm gonna need a camera position here and just take this there. Player start. Take the warrior position. Perfect. And now I don't need the player start and the camera either. Cool. But I can put it there. How did I do in the other map? In the office map? Save it. Yeah, just in there. Perfect. So there. Cool. And just go to the office map at this point. And for debugging purposes, yeah, move. I'm gonna need all these stuff. So basically, this is the code for unloading a map, enabling input. This is just for flipping characters because I'm teleporting a character here. Enabling input and then teleport the character and the camera to their positions that I just dragged and dropped. This is just a screen, that's fine. Okay. So from here, I'm actually going to rename this folder something else, like levels blueprint or something like that. It just makes more sense to me now. Be careful. This is something that Unreal doesn't like at all, especially with blueprints. I'm just hoping it will work. There is a good practice for that. So if I rename this to something, then I can fix up redirectors on both, because probably I will have a copy, quote unquote copy, of the prologue folder without anything in there. So I just need to do a redirectors on the new folder and the old folder and in the entire blueprint folder. And hopefully it won't break anything. It shouldn't, but sometimes it does because Unreal. Office conversation. So this is where we load the next level. And because I'm lazy, I'm just gonna find a blueprint where I used level loading, like here. This is it. Creates the loading screen, adds to the viewport. And what I realized, what I don't need is this. Because I was checking the game in a standalone screen, you can pick the modes the way you want to play the game in the editor. Selected viewport is just this viewport. You can have a new editor window just to see it full screen, or you can simulate and a standalone game. The standalone game is, like you see in the tooltip, play this level in a new window that runs in its own process. So this is the closest thing to a build. Not quite the same, but the closest thing. And what I realized that when I introduced, where is it? When I introduced the artificially the loading screen 1.5 seconds, I did it because the maximum video size in Discord 25 megabyte. Yeah, I'm afraid. Never mind, you can upload it to YouTube, make it private or unlisted, and then just share the link. If you upload something to YouTube as unlisted, it won't come up. Only with the link you can watch it. Private is the same. Private is actually better in that way. Only with a link you can watch it. Because unlisted video still can be, if you put an unlisted video into a playlist which is public, then your video will be public. But the private video will never be public, even if it's on a playlist, public playlist. So yeah, I realized from the cave map, it's actually a lot to load, so I don't need artificially introduced loading screens at all. I'm gonna leave it here, just not connect to do things, and I do the same from the main menu, which is in the UI actually. Closing, opening, game opening here. Yeah, I'm not gonna introduce artificially this. Thank you. Let's get to work. So after that, wait 1 second and start doing this thing for me. Thank you. I can create this variable. Loading. Create a variable. Create a variable. And I'm just going to set category. Loading. 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 Okay. And now I need to check what we have on that level. If you remember, when you work with load stream level node, you have a persistent level which never unloads, and you have the individual levels. So I actually need to check what I have it in here. Just the positions, dust. I have a nav mesh here. I don't need a nav mesh at all. And just the lightings. Okay. I don't need a nav mesh because I won't have any enemies in here. But I might make it bigger. So take the floor. I can actually see what I'm doing. Just one here. Okay, like that. So I'm doing 100. One up here. Yes. Another one up there. All right. Dust. Box offset. Box size. So this is 1000, 1000. 500. So if I make this 3, that one, 3. Yes. Cool. And should I send the link to the video on Discord? Yeah. You can do that. What I'm thinking to do here is might want nah, this is big. This is big. It's fine. You can die if you want to. I mean, I could introduce like some boundaries here. The question is, do I want to or not? That's my question. If I actually want to introduce invisible walls that just stops the player to move. Not entirely sure. Oops. So the way I can drag things like that, duplicating, I'm holding down Alt while I'm dragging. So like that, Alt down and just drag it out. This is a neat shortcut. Okay, and I need to make this one. No. Funny. And I'm just going to call this floor one. Yeah, that's a lot here. But I can still put some linking off topic. Alright. I'm gonna check it just now. You know what? Do you mind if I put it on stream? Before I actually do that, I ask you. we can watch it on stream, and I can tell you some stuff that I think about it. With your permission. So, basically, I'm watching it just now. Good, really good, good progress. I would change the speed of the animations, especially jumping animation and moving animation, just a bit slower, just a tiny bit slower. That cooldown and HP. It's nice. I like that you have these kind of upgrades. Attack animation is actually good, like the speed of it. You might want to disable attack animation when you're buying stuff. And as far as I can tell, the enemies are dying when you get close to you. Let me see again. So you don't actually have to attack. I guess it happens because you have a hitbox, and the hitbox is always active. So what you might want to consider to turn the hitbox on and off when you do the attack animation. If it's in Unity, I guess it's in Unity. How do you do that? When the way I would do is when you trigger the animation by the mouse click, it also activates that hitbox collider for X amount of seconds, and or as long as the animation, you can do the math. As long as the animation plays, it stays active, and then it's inactive again. And the camera, I know the camera can be a pain in the arse. I can see it from your from your game as well. The offset of the camera is just the player follow camera. Even if you're using scene camera, something like that. I remember that there's a plugin for Unity to use a better camera system. Scene camera, something like that. It's been a long time I've been using Unity. But the trick is you have a delay which is good. Like the camera won't move up until a certain point. The character reaches a certain point, which is fine. But it still doesn't give you the kind of thing where you want the camera to show more area on the left or on the right, depending on which direction the character faces. And there is a neat trick to do so. Instead of following the player character, create an invisible actor that is attached to your player character, but it's on an offset, so behind it, and let the camera follow that invisible player actor, basically. In that case, because if you make it a child of the player character, that actor, it will flip with your character, and it's always be behind your character as well, if that makes sense. That's how you can offset the camera to show more area depending on which way your player is facing. But apart from that, this is a good work. I like it. I think it's a good progress, especially if you just started or recently started developing a game. Yeah. Nice. Good stuff. Oops. No problem. Yeah, I might just create like cube like that. And make it invisible so you can't move. I'm just thinking how to do it the easiest way possible. I take this whole thing and move it up like this. And I'm gonna rename them boundaries. That's not how you spell it. Edge. Let's call it edge. 1. Oh, crap. 2, 3, 8, 9. Create this edge. Eight is fine, but I'm gonna make this smaller. 6 by 6. I'm gonna take that one. And I rotate 90. Okay. And I'm just gonna make this invisible, because this should block me. So I don't need the rest of it just now. Oops, 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 oops. 1, 2, move it to the back. What is easier to write, code or blueprints? Different, very different. I like writing code. It's easier to follow a logic when you can actually read your code. You reading it, because at the beginning it's not like that, but after using many codes in your life, it's like reading a book. You reading the words, you understand the word, and you just know what's happening. And it's the same with code. When you write a code, you follow a logic, and it's a really really logical flow of way of thinking, especially if you know the whole structure and how to structure a code, especially in C sharp. The structure of C sharp is just really really easy to follow. Because of that, writing code, I think it's easier than working with blueprints, because working with blueprints, let me show you. Especially a sequence node, when you do a sequence node, after a while it's just hard to follow which line of code is executed first, then what's happening next. And it's all about, you even need to position it in a readable way, while with the code it's much easier to maintain a neat look of it. So I would say code is easier. Ooh, okay, it's reflective. Let me just quickly show player start here. No, it's fine. I can just make all these hidden. Actor hidden in game. That's it. Excuse me. So, office map. Yep. And the one to load is this. But I need to add this map to here. So add existent. There we go. That's fine. This is where the loading happens. Loading screen, map to load. Yeah, okay. So now we go back to office map and just temporarily do this. Opening up the blueprint and done. Create a temp variable here. how do I call it here? Temp text. Okay. Temp integer int, and the temp int is gonna be no, this is loading. Okay, and now I can create a temp loading. Which gonna be 2. So we can skip most of the conversations and just straight going into this. I hope. Okay, let's start that. Opening the office map up. Oh, sure, sure. Me being stupid. No, wait. Blueprint. Okay, just quickly. I'm probably going to end the stream soon, because I'm hungry. I have a headache as well, and because I'm giving way more work than I actually wanted to do. I think I might be just better off to rest today. I just want to see why the level didn't load, and then just set up the character to the right position and stuff. Take the action office, yeah. Take the action input mapping as well. I'm gonna change the action input mapping so it doesn't include. No, it can include everything. No, it's fine. The difference between the prologue and the other one. Ah, I know now. I think I never remove it from. Yeah. I never remove it from the viewport. Silly me. Silly me. Where is the loading one again? Blueprint. Movement. Load. And I need to remove it from the screen. Now I can actually go back to just to the office map, so we don't have to play this through all over again. Save it, and now it should just load it. But I'm actually not unload the previous map, so the office map, this map, I'm not unload it. So it will be just on the top without a camera. But we can actually see if it loads back, so. It doesn't have access to these. Okay. All right. I need to figure out the way to debug and just load this stuff back. Mhm. I grab something to drink. Just be a sec. All right. So the reason why it doesn't work as I want to, because I never had the player character in the first place on this map. Open the office map on this one as well. Where is it? Here. Oh, good. Good. That's fine. It's gonna be there. Perfect. So open the office map and open the no land. Ah, okay. Yeah. Debug menu. Okay. First of all, we don't need this. Um, we don't have to add the target. And we don't need this either. Okay. This is the widget. We don't need a HUD widget on this. Actually, I can add the HUD. I can do that, the HUD one. We just set that. We add the HUD, which is fine. But we don't need that part of the code at all. Because we have that on the... I really hope I have it on the debug one. Let me just quickly check that. Yep. Cool. Cool. Okay. Because I'm not going to rewrite that again. So we don't need this whole thing. Okay. And I can actually make this just one. So that goes there. This. Okay. Find all of these things for me. Thank you. And it's not gonna code debug menu. It's gonna code skill. We need the warrior and the camera. There. Take one more here. Okay. do not land. So don't land, please. I will need that code. This, and this. Unfortunately, I deleted the one with changing. So here starts from there. Yes, take this too. Just try to make it look nice. Okay. One more. Map to unload. So this is going to be loading. And the map to unload is the office map. Okay. And if I open this up, camera, warrior position first, isn't it? Warrior position. So I create a reference for this. I did that one there. And I create another reference for the camera. Okay. So we set 600 -1, enabling the input again. We don't have to enable the input. We don't need to do this either. But what I need to do is to change so I have this. Let's see if I can remember the code. So remove mapping context. Remove the prologue and add the action. I think. Might be wrong. So we put the warrior there, we put the camera there, and these are the fixed values which I need to adjust later on. Not on get controller, get player. I don't even need this delay node. So basically this is just setting up the map. Flip from one end to another. Try to make it look nice. Okay. Let's give it a try. It should work. So I have the references. I have the references later on for the menus. Just create a hot category for this. Put it up there. Skill, hard loading. Let's start with loading though. Create the reference for camera and player. Create the reference and add to the HUD as well. Fixing the landing noise. I unload the map, the office map, and then I flip the character. I change the input from prologue to action. Then I set the player, I set the camera and the values. Okay. If it's work, I probably leave things here. I'm really hungry. Might play some games and stream it from my PS5. Recently bought Tomb Raider 1.3 remaster. I actually like to play that game. New year. Hey, I'm total beginner in UE5. Do you think it's hard to learn? And can I do entire games with only blueprints? Thanks. Welcome, first of all. Let me ask if you ever done game development before. If you have experience in coding, have you used Unity maybe before? That would be my first question. Cool, it works. Now the only thing I need to check. Nope, a little bit of Godot scripting. Ah, that's good. That's really good. So you have some understanding of how to code, how things work, which is essential, really essential. I would say Unreal Engine can be daunting at first. I really don't want to learn C++. Well, I don't blame you, man. I did, and it's pain in the arse. I mean, it's really hard. Even after C#, it's terrible to start with. Once you understand how the programming language works, it's fine. Still, the main problem I think with C++, Unreal C++, let's be specific here. Unreal C++ doesn't have as many documentation as other programming languages. You really, the only thing that you can rely on is the Unreal forum and ask questions. The community there, though, it's really good. It's not like you're facing a problem, you do a quick search and you find a syntax or the solution for it. Most of the time you need to ask the question yourself, and it takes time. Because you're waiting for someone to reply. But back to your original question, can I do entire games with only blueprints? You can, if it's small, if it's not too complex like my project. You can try to avoid implementation methods that are not efficient, meaning using too many booleans, overusing the tick function, and be sure that not many things is on screen, especially if you're using widgets. I want to do HD 2D games like Octopath, and I feel like UE is the best for graphics, but maybe I can do everything in Unity as well. HD 2D games, yeah. I bet that's why you are here. I'm working on that type of games. Yep. Unreal. Octopath Traveler was developed in Unreal Engine, and that's why my choice for this project is Unreal as well. I'm a game designer student. I'm currently doing my last year, and the project you see is my honors project. I really like Godot UI and script is easy to learn. Yeah. Definitely. I never really used Godot. I never really had to up until this point because of the whole thing with Unity. Most of my peers, they turn from Unity to Godot, so I know it's good. I think it can be good in a couple of years' time, just because everyone now translating, almost everyone, not everyone, but you know, many people are translating from Unity to Godot. It will have boost in updates and features and stuff like that, but we need to wait a couple years, I think, to actually see what is capable. Yeah. I've used once a couple years ago during a summertime when I wanted to develop a card game, and I actually found an open source project. So I was just, you know, looking through the script, looking through the project, the UI, how Godot works, how it handles stuff. Yeah, it lacks stuff for now, but it's very famous. Yeah, that exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a good idea to jump into Godot now and just maybe do smaller games, waiting for the engine's developer to add new features. That I think there's a future. Sorry, there's a future for the engine. Definitely. What I wanted to check in the meantime. Sorry. Yeah, I know. Okay, my bad. Maps debug. Camera. The offset is 600 and 150. Okay. Gazette the Beast. Is it HD 2D game in Godot? Alright, I'm gonna check that out. I never heard of it. Thanks. Yeah. I don't need a camera X. Yeah, I do need camera X because I have to set it back to 0. I have to set this to 150. 150. And I'm not setting the other one. Okay, cool. Let's do it again. So yeah, my game is HD 2D Devil May Cry inspired hack and slash. It's an honors project, so basically at the university I'm attending, this is my last year at the uni, my last term at the uni, and in the last year we've been tasked for a year-long project. It can be a game, it can be a piece of art, or it can be a research paper as well, because every project is research-based, and I decided to develop a game which tries to find an answer to my research question. My research question: how to make a retro game or a retro look-like game that doesn't really feel retro anymore. It doesn't a retro piece, but something that anyone can play nowadays as well, because if you ever played a game from the 90s, they are so hard to play now. I'm 33 years old and even I can't play them anymore, even though I grew up with them. You know, genres evolved, our behavior, and all the things that we've been spoiled with just change the way we play games, and bringing something from the past to players nowadays is actually harder than it looks. It's just not aesthetic, it's just not things like that. So, and it works. Yeah, perfect. I just need to change the flip, and it changed that as well. I haven't checked the sound. but I guess it's just fine. Cool. Okay. Where I flip it here. I have to flip it with one. Good. Good. I can do another 10. And basically just start that level, what progression I want to have on this level. But before I actually do that, I will go back to the office. Because I need to add sound to it. Yeah. So let's try to make it look remotely nice. Might just copy what I've done in the other level. It actually looks fine that way. Let me see. Yeah. Come back. Nice. This one up there. Yeah, just tidy up the code. I really don't like to code like that. So I have two choices. Keep learning Godot or learn Unreal 5 with blueprints. It's hard, man. You might be better off to ask the question from yourself. Do you want to be a game developer working in the industry, or do you want to be a solo indie developer that works for himself, herself, and just releasing publishing games? I think that's the question you need to ask from yourself at this point. Which one would be? Solo for now as a hobby. Yeah, in that case, Godot is fine to keep going with that. If you're familiar with it, if you're comfortable using it, and if fits your purposes as well. Releasing my game small at beginning, like mobile games. Cool. I think you can stick with Godot then. It's just a matter of fact if Godot is actually capable of doing the things you want to. The main reason for Unreal in my case, because I needed the visual fidelity. I needed all these visual features that Unreal can offer to me, because that's my project. My project required me to use Unreal Engine in that sense. And that's why I'm using Unreal Engine. No problem at all. If you want to, you can subscribe. Why not? And we can keep the conversation going next time I stream. Because I stream fairly often. I'm going to stream the whole development of this game. So if you want to come back, have any questions, feel free. And you will get like a notification because from now on I actually going to put out schedule streams on YouTube. Considering what happened this week, definitely. I'm already subscribed. Oh, nice. Ah, perfect. Then I have a Discord channel. It's I saw your live from yesterday. Yesterday, I you should do some devlogs, by the way. Yeah, I know, I know. I should really release some videos. Even just, editing some of my streams, because in some of my streams I actually explaining really well the things I'm doing, and I could just, cut that part and just upload it on YouTube. It's time. I don't have time. I'm doing so many things at the moment. I should really do the devlogs, definitely. And somehow I will try to fit that in as well. Just not sure when and really don't know. Really don't know. But for you as well, I'm just gonna drop this link address again in the chat. Or I think you can see the chat history as well. My basically the second post is a Discord community for this game. 2 shorts for now, easier to made, faster. I made one short. Somehow shorts are not that popular on, at least not from my channel. I don't know why. I made a couple, and I never really had a good view on that. But with videos are actually fine, but not the shorts. I guess I need to do more research on how to actually do some shorts that's appealing to people. Um, that's the thing. That's the thing about YouTube as well. It's not just, releasing a video and wow, it has, I don't know, a couple thousand views. You actually need to plan it. Title, description, thumbnail, when to release it, um, where to share it if you want to share it. Whole couple of things. I tried TikTok and it's way better. My fiance is telling me the same thing, that I should do a game dev TikTok account. Mm, interesting idea. Yeah. Especially if I want to release this game and put it on put it on Steam later on. I do need all the recognition I can get. Holy crap. Yeah, that's wow. Okay. You know what? I might just try that, because I have a short on YouTube, and I could just try to put that on TikTok just to see how many views it gets. I might just try that. Thanks. Thank you. Plus, you can stream on TikTok. It's pretty easy. I guess it's kind of the same as streaming on Instagram. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek on the main theme of this game. I found it a couple days ago. I'm not gonna implement it just now because I'm really hungry. I'm tired as well. I think I take the day off. Um, I did good. I mean, not a whole lot of progress, but still a progress. Yeah, you have plugin to set up for TikTok and still stream on YouTube. Ooh, nice. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, I know how I'm going to spend the afternoon now. Thanks. uh, where are they? Okay, let me just. This is a problem though. If I created stuff on that drive. Oh, I need to check. Okay. So main theme. I take the volume down just a bit so it won't hurt your ears. But this is going to be the main theme. That's gonna be the one that you can hear on the main menu. That's nice. Maybe violin's a bit too loud. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. You made it for Asset Online. Asset Online. I'm a technical designer, so mainly focusing on implementing mechanics, challenging myself with coding. So I'm acquiring art asset and sound from online. Which are under the license of CC0, so I can actually use them in a commercial product. I think as a solo developer, it's okay to use free assets as long as you at least try to avoid to do asset flips. Exactly. In the long term, I'm going to hire. I wouldn't say hire, but I'm going to work with others. I've already have an artist. I already have a sound engineer. To be completely honest, just because of this project, because it goes for a submission at the university. I've already signed an ethic form, and in that ethic form, I stated that I'm not working with anyone. So even if I wanted to have my own art assets, my own music, I can't put them in there. After I submit it as my honors project at the university, I'm going to go back to that guy who reached out to me and really liked the project and offered me to create some sound effects and background music, because yeah, it's just not now at the moment. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, so I'm actually pretty fine with the art I found so far. I'm really doing my research and try to make it coherent and just, you know, cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I am really hungry. I need to eat something. Uh, it's so good to see you. That many of you on my streams. I'm so glad that you actually interested in this project. You actually interested in game development, and it's fun to actually you know, talking and communicating while I'm doing my work. Keep up the good work, man. Have a good day. Yeah, thanks again. Have a good day to you as well, and to everyone. See you in the next stream, which I have no idea when I'm going to do, but tonight or tomorrow I'm going to put up a schedule on YouTube, so you will see the next one coming up. Thanks, guys. See ya later.